Right, welcome to another video, and this video is going to be a speaking practice. And so Miss True from class IELTS 43, she is going to present her part, and I'm going to help her. Okay, so let's try a few topics here. Let's try. Okay, so there's a lot of topics to do, but I would like you to try something like 760. Interesting. It's weird. Here I wrote like 70. This is 60. Strange. Probably I accidentally deleted a large part, I think. It's a possibility, I think. Okay, but let's try 60. Let's try topic number 60. That is about rain. So, Miss Zhou, do you prefer rainy days or sunny days?
Hmm. For me, it depends on the context. For example, if I have opt a day off, yes, uh, for me, rainy days is okay, and sometimes it's better than sunny days because I love the sounds of the rain,
So you love
and
the sound of the rain.
yes, and the school, the
You mean the
school
sense of the
as
rain dropping on the floor or the roof? Yeah.
and the yes, and the uh, and the feelings of coolness where it seems more comfortable
Hmm.
in a rainy day
I see.
and
But
if
then
yes
sunny days, right? But rainy
yes
days only great when you're inside, But when
yes
you're outside, oh dear.
that's why I say that if I have a day off, yeah, it's amazing to have a, a cup of tea, sitting on my bed in a cozy room, and watching some televisions, uh, um, uh, programs that I liked.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so what do you do on rainy days beside that? Like you said, sitting in front of your computer, enjoying like something, a drink, or So what do you do on rainy days?
Of course, it's not always a day off. So, on rainy days, Ho Chi Minh City, in Ho Chi Minh City, there are two seasons,
Hmm.
and yes, sunny, um, and rainy. Yes. So in rainy days, it seems so um, wet and hard for many people, including myself, to
Hmm.
travel on the road. Of course, we still have to work in short days. So uh, I think that is um, very un very uncomfortable
Hmm.
when I have to get up early and mm, wear a raincoat
Hmm.
before going out. You know?
I see. But okay, but when you're outside, what do you usually do when it starts to rain?
Ah, of course, if I'm outside and I got a rain, the first thing I need to do is find a place to as a shelter uh,
Hmm. A
because
shelter, to find a shelter, to find a place to shelter. You can use the word shelter as a verb, to shelter myself. Find a place to shelter myself, or to find a place to hide. You can just say, okay.
yes,
So, yeah.
yes. Mm. luckily, I go to my company by carpool. That's why I usually av usually can't avoid rent a certain rent. So, but when you mm, travel mm, on rainy days, the traffic is usually crowded, and it took me a lot of time for my company to get back to my home.
Sure. Okay, but yeah, carpool is great, especially like if you are sheltered from the rain, you don't have to worry. Okay, anyway, do you think rain is good? It's a very general question. Do you think rain is good?
I think rent is good if it is balanced.
It's good.
Because if there are many rainy days, uh, it can um, it can lead to flood and badly influence people lives.
If it rains in moderation, like it's not too much. If it pours, nó đổ mưa. If it pours, then so basically there will be floods everywhere. So basically, what you was trying to say is if it's more balanced, if it rain in moderation. If it rain in
Yes,
moderation, mưa với cái lượng
right.
vừa phải, vừa vừa phải phải thôi. That's what to say. Okay, so you know that this year there's just so much rain, and Vietnam is suffering from like severe floods.
Yes, and this caused the rise of vegetable are
Oh my
in,
God, so
are
expensive now.
increased
Yeah.
are increased. Mm,
It's increasing, like I think at least it double already, I think.
yes, because the because vegetables are mm, are
It's harder to get, I
it's a
think.
yes
It's
are
harder to get
spoiled
vegetables now, I think.
are spoiled. I think that
I think we did a part where we did talk about like national security and then yeah, and food security and then lương thực. We did talk about that before. So this flooding, it's actually crazy because it drops the food prices up so much. Oh my God. Sometimes when I look at like the my app on my phone and I look at the prices of food, I was like, what is going on? Oh my God. The price of pork has already like increased like 50%, I think, since the last few months. And now it's the prices of vegetables and fruits. So it's not a good thing if it keep raining like this. So but last year I remember that it was like really dry and there was a problem with like harvest as well last year, I think. And also food prices wasn't very cheap. But this year, instead of like very dry weather, now it just rained a lot. It rained just like cats and dogs. So too much of a good thing is actually a terrible thing. Quá nhiều một cái gì đó tốt cũng chẳng tốt đâu. It's too much of a good thing. So, Miss Trúc, how does rain affect life in your country?
I believe that trend plays a vital role in daily life in Vietnam,
Mm,
both positively and negatively.
mm,
It yes, because Vietnam has a long rainy seasons.
mm,
So if talking about agriculture as the main field of Vietnam's,
Mm,
there are many positive effects. Just for example, rain provides water for plant and crops. So it's mm, it's a natural water that
mm,
yes that save a lot of energies and water resource.
mhm. And water
How,
resources, yeah.
yes, however, too much rain causes crop damage
Exactly.
and
Crop damage. Very good. Crop damage. Thiệt
lead
hại mùa
to,
màng. Very good.
yes,
It is called crop damage, and of course, nó úng rễ, nó chết hết.
yes,
Basically, how can I say, the roots of plants just died. Basically, the root of plant just die, or it's spoiled. It gets spoiled. Nó trở nên nó bị hư hết. The root of the plant just die, and the whole plant just die. It's very difficult to grow successfully any kind of plant in this season, I think. But let's think about a good thing. Without rain, we could not even grow anything.
yes.
And think about the effect of rain on life in the city. Can you talk about that?
Of course, uh, I would like to mention about the transportation.
Cẩn thận nha. Mention, discuss. Nó có bốn cái tính từ, nó bốn cái động từ, nó không có giới từ á. Mình cứ nghĩ là discuss about, không phải đâu. To mention, to discuss something. Chứ không phải
Yes,
là mention, discuss about something nha. Cẩn thận.
as I would like
So
to
I would like to
mention,
mention something. I would like to discuss something.
I would like to mention the effects of rain to
The effect of rain.
the eff- the effect
Effect.
the effect the
Effect.
effect the,
The effect of rain.
the effect of rain to
Okay.
transportation. Mm, If if talk if talking about positive positive influence, mm, that uh, mm, a rent can create fresh air
Mm,
and and water and water plants uh in our city.
mhm.
Besides that, it's also clean the road after green roads without any um with any demands of laborers.
Mm,
But yes, so I think it's and there are some negative. There are some metrics that a rent can bring out to our city. Besides that, um, heavy rent in many days can lead to flooded streets in major cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, especially Hanoi, that I know floods are everywhere and it's creates many detrimental influence for locals' lives.
okay. So I
This
see.
of course of course when transportations in big cities usually is crowded and when rainy days um, it can be delayed due to landslides and flooding which happened
Which happens.
which happened when the rainy seasons come.
I see. Okay, so is there any part in your country where it does not rain much at all?
Mm.
Like probably, I'm not so sure, but those areas are probably just sand dune, They are just sand dunes, những đụn cát, cồn cát. Like I think it's called Infantiet province. What's the province? Infantiet city. I think near to that there are a lot of sand dunes, if I remember right. Cao Lãnh, Infantiet. I think something like that. I'm not so sure because it was a long time ago. I'm not so sure if there's still sand dunes there. Probably yes. But if there are sand dunes, probably there it does not rain much there. What do you think?
Hmm.
Is there any other
On
part in your country where it does not rain much?
mm, on place that I that I believe there not much rain is um, the province along
Province, the province.
the province um, along the along, along the beach.
Along the beach, yeah.
For example, uh, Ninh Thuận province is
Province,
Ninh Thuận
province,
Ninh Thuận
province.
province. Yes, Ninh Thuận province. It's maybe um, it's maybe the rice province in Vietnam.
Mhm.
Province in Vietnam. Uh, when talking about the lives of people um, who lives in short place, it's
Mm.
much be hard to suffer the the hot
The
the
heat,
the
to
heat
suffer the heat, yeah.
to suffer the heat, and it can influence negatively in lifestyles and agriculture. For,
I
for
agree with that.
example, for example,
Lifestyle first. Okay, let's talk about lifestyle first and then agriculture second then.
yes. For example, when people go out, they have to wear a coat eh, to avoid the heat from the sun, and it's very it's very hot when they going out when they go out. So it's not only influence the way people uh, wear and um, yes, and their transportation and their transportations vehicles. For example, I think that their electronic device can also be badly influenced
Mm,
because they have to consume more electronic mm, electric electricity. Yes.
mm, right. But of course, people don't go out much when it rains. But people often go out when like the weather is not too hot either, you know? And you already talked about like the effect of rain on agriculture. Okay, very good. Let's move on to part two now. It's true. Part two and part three. Okay, so 74 then. Okay, describe a time when you move to a new home or a new school. Chuyển trường, chuyển nhà. A time when you move to a new home, a new school. Well, you should say when you moved, why you moved, and how you felt about it. Okay, moving home, moving schools must be quite a hectic experience, how to say it. Okay, so part three, why do people move to a new home? Is it because like their previous home were not good enough, or maybe because of their work? You can talk about it. or maybe it because they were kicked out because they couldn't afford to stay in those area anymore. Maybe that's why they have to move. Maybe bị chủ nhà đuổi. It could be, yeah, it could be. There could be a lot of different reasons why people move to a new home. It could be because of floods, do lụt lội nhà nát bét hết chẳng hạn. They have to move to a new home because of that. Could be. Um, yeah, with the floods in Vietnam going on right now, I think a lot of people is suffering from like that, and they really do need a new home, I guess. Now, there could be other reasons why people why people move to a new home. Probably is because of their changing, let's say, their changing financial situation. Nó gọi là những cái tình huống về tài chính của họ nó bây giờ nó đổi khác rồi. It could be worse or it could be better. That's why they have to move. You move to a smaller home if your financial situation is worse, or you move to a bigger home if your financial situation become better, something like that. But honestly, I would not move. Even if I become like a billionaire or something, I might not want to move because I don't want a big house. It makes me feel really lonely there. Nhà bự mệt lắm, làm mình cảm thấy rất là lonely, đúng nghĩa luôn á, cô đơn lắm luôn á. And then I'm afraid of ghosts. Sometimes I'm afraid of ghosts too. In big home, oh dear. Um, People move to a new home mostly because of work. Maybe maybe their company decided for them to move to another city. So that's why they have to move. And most of the time, it's their whole family have to move. Or if it doesn't fit, maybe one person will move, the rest of the family stays, and they get to meet each other often, something like that. Okay, so what problems will people face after moving to a new place? You have moved quite some time, so I'm sure you know how to answer this question, I think. And how do people solve these problems? It's a long question, okay? So next question, what are the advantages and disadvantages of living in the same place? So let's say you live in the same place for many years, like more than 10 years. You would probably like, you know, it's like you are too familiar with every nooks, every nooks, every nooks and cranny, every nooks and cranny. The parts of something that difficult or hidden or difficult to find, những cái thứ mà nó ở hang cùng ngõ hẻm, những cái ngóc ngách này đó. You're too familiar with every nooks and crannies of that place. Mình quá quen thuộc với từng cái ngóc ngách của cái nơi đó rồi. So everything becomes the same to you. You probably feel like sometimes you feel frustrated. The energy doesn't move, it feels like frustrated. Sometimes you feel bored to death. Cảm thấy chán đến chết. Bored to death is actually, I think, is a real thing. It has been proven by science, I think. Được minh chứng by khoa học là chán tới chết là có thật á. I think it can affect your health, yes. And you don't feel, basically you might feel brain fog. Cái đầu tự nhiên trống rỗng, cái đầu tự nhiên bị đóng băng rồi đó. Or what's it called, creative block. It means that you cannot get creative anymore. you cannot come up with any new ideas. Giống như là cái đầu mình không thể nghĩ đến cái gì sáng tạo được, tại vì mọi thứ cứ the same y chang như vậy, you know. Okay, think about those things I just said. Advantages, disadvantage of same place. If you stay in the same place, think about that. Moving is costly, okay? Every time you move, you have to say pack. You have to throw away a lot of unused items. You have to ask people to help you, and you have to pay them, of course. Moving isn't easy, okay? And it is not cheap either. And think about if you stay in one place for a long time, probably you have already established a good rapport, a rapport, good rapport with many neighbors. Mình đã xây dựng được cái rapport hay là cái relationship with many neighbors. Mình đã xây dựng được những cái mối quan hệ tốt với nhiều người hàng xóm lắm rồi. It's like now if you move, it's like all of those rapport or relationship becomes meaningless now. It's a waste, you know, nó thành một cái sự phí phạm. Giờ tôi xây mối quan hệ tốt với những cái người khác đến mức này rồi thì tôi dọn đi. Everyone will be like, oh my god, why, you know. Just my idea. Next one. Is it good to move to a new place frequently, and why? Like for example, you move like half a year, once every half a year or something. Mỗi nửa năm chuyển nhà lần. Is it a good thing to move to a new place frequently, and why? Imagine that if you have to move to a new place frequently, you would probably waste a lot of money decorating place, you know, and then when you move, all that money is gone. It has to stay with that house, you know, or that place. And when you move to a new place, you have to use a lot of money to decorate a new place again, you know. So in general, I would say it's a waste of money. Yeah. If you move too frequently. But some people, their jobs require them to do so, you know. And they really have to move frequently. So you have to think about this one. Is it good or bad to move to a new place frequently? Nó còn tùy vào cái tính cách của mỗi người nha. It also depends on their personality. Sometimes they really need how can I say, they need a breath. They need a breath of fresh air. Đôi khi họ cần một hơi thở mới. A breath of fresh air. Đó là một cái cách nói. It's a saying. Sometimes they need a breath of fresh air. They need to experience a new place to not feel stuck, you know. And for me, for example, I do need to arrange my furnitures from time to time. That's how I refresh. That's how I refresh my energy. Mình có thể làm tươi mới lại cái năng lượng của mình bằng cách mà sắp xếp lại của đồ đạc trong nhà chẳng hạn. Okay, you think about this one, 74 now. Okay, Mr. Please, can you describe a time when you moved to a new school or a new home?
Okay. When I was in elementary school,
Mm.
particularly in fifth grade, I moved from one district to another district, and it's not it's not hard from my school. So that's why I think it's not influence a lot
It
my
doesn't influence.
commute.
It doesn't influence.
It
Yeah.
it doesn't influence my commute too much. Mm. My old house belonged the reasons why I had to move uh, to move from my old home was
Yes.
that my old house belonged jointly to my mother and her siblings. So
Mm,
to give us more comfortable living space as we grow up, because because living with many people becomes inconvenient over time.
mm,
So finally, it was sold, and we looked for a new place to live.
agreed.
Yes, however, at that time, I was very sad because I had to leave my old friends and my old home. It
Mm,
has been a part of my entire childhood,
mm,
full of memories and relationships with our neighbors. So, um, so talking about my emotions, it was not easy at all.
I see. Right. Okay. So why do people move to a new home? Well, this one reminds me of my niece and my nephew. Basically, the children that of my brother, they had to move home a lot in the past like few years. So basically, it means that they also have to change school a lot too. Oh dear, that's just how they are. Their life is about changing constantly. So why do people move to a new home then?
There are many reasons.
There are many reasons.
There are many reasons for people to move to a new home.
Hmm.
Some families to uh, want to have more space as their children grow up as assessed about my situation, while others prefer mm, higher living standard.
Hmm.
So they find a quieter, safer, or more beautiful uh, house for their family. Besides that, many people also relocate because
Relocate.
of relocate relocate mm, because of work changing, especially if they receive a new job offer or need
Hmm.
mm, to reduce their daily time for commuting. And in some cases, people mm, move to a place that's suitable for their mm, expenditures, you know.
No, I
Mm,
always want to have one of those. Like tiny house on wheel has been around for like 15 years already in America, and it's a real thing. Probably I can stay here and then the next day I can just drive to another city, for example.
mm,
So in a sense, I do not move. In a sense, I do not move to a new home. I still stay in one home, but I just move to a new place. So I think it's a very exciting move if I buy something like this, a small, cozy home, but it allows me the freedom of traveling anywhere I want in a country, in one country. Because if you cross the country with this one, it could be difficult because of regulation, rules, and things like that. Băng qua nước khác không dễ đâu, nhưng mà trong cùng đất nước thì dễ lắm. Wow, I think it could be a very good option.
But I think it's not a safe option, you know?
You think so?
Yes, because there are no place in cities for a house like that.
Well,
So people
parking
have,
lot, parking lot.
and it's not always legal to park in a place. Yes.
Well, they
So
always like,
so I think that people have to find rural areas to
Hmm.
park the house, and it's not safe at all,
Well,
especially at night.
well, think about this one. If you have a container house, if you have a container or a truck, if you find any place that have a high ceiling, high enough, so that a truck can go down, probably this kind of home can go down those garage or maybe like car parking space inside of a building or something like that. So let's just say parking a tiny house on wheel inside a building. Let's just say, is it possible? Let me see. Okay, there's always talk about like parking it outside in a countryside, but I don't see it parking inside of a what's it called? A building or something like that. However, it is possible if let's just say, parking a bus inside. Let's just say if I use a bus as a home, then it's probably easy to park it inside a building, I think. See, like in building like this. If I live inside one of those buses, yeah, it's possible. Anyway, so you were talking about like reason why people move to a new home. So do you want to add anything new to that?
Yes, sometimes people do that because they need to find a place more suitable
Mm.
for them, especially for their daily
Expenditures.
expenditure. Yes, some place, especially in the center of cities, there's the fees for everything seems very expensive.
Mm.
Yes, especially services and uh, products. Is even it more more expensive when you buy a same product in
Mhm.
the center of a city and the rurals.
And the rural area, right?
That's why some and the rural areas. Yes, that's why people um can find usually find that they need a place more suitable for their financial situation.
Mm.
Sometimes sometimes the reasons that um, that parents who are responsible for their future children's think first when they find a place to move to uh, is the is their compromise scores,
Can you say again?
which compromise
They
score.
compromise. So they make a compromise, right?
Yes.
They compromise. So basically it's a compromise. Một sự đánh đổi, một sự thỏa hiệp, đánh đổi. It's a compromise. Yep. Remember, nothing is perfect in life. You have to compromise all the time. So what were you thinking about for compromising?
Mm. If they want improve their relative applies, such as living closer to schools, hospitals, or supermarkets, which
Mm.
facilitates their daily lives and support their mm, children's future. They
Mm.
have to pay a price. For example, they have to accept that their daily expenditures will be more higher. Yes,
Expenditures
expenditures will be more higher.
will be higher.
Will be higher. Yes, will be higher.
Okay. Well, you have to see like which area. Is it like a richer area? Of course, everything's going to be more expensive than poorer areas. Well, What
Yes,
problems do
when you
people?
live
Yeah.
when your living place around is by public services.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that requires yes people usually say that it mm, a central place that many people want to live, and the price of land is usually very high.
Hmm. You know, I was thinking about this one. If the floods keep going on like this, it will be almost impossible for the government to fix this problem within the 10 years. So what I'm guessing now is that the prices of food is going to increase maybe 2 times next year. You never know. So it's better to try to grow our own plants these days, like the COVID time, because
Hmm.
now everything is just going to be more expensive.
Yeah,
So
because the
probably try to grow your own plants might be a good idea. Maybe
yeah,
grow your own tomatoes. Maybe grow your own like I'm not so sure, but tomato seems fine because it's a vine, yeah. Nó là một dạng cây vine. It's a vine. So it cling on to like walls, cling on to like any kind of structures. And because of that, it will make your home looks much better with plants, leaves and stuff, Like let's say tomato vines. You can look at that. And for sure, you can grow them if you have enough sunlight. Okay, I'm thinking about that. I'm not so sure how much it will work because there's a lot of, growing things is a lot of work. Okay. And keeping them alive is also difficult too. Think about all the farmers now. They have to suffer a lot from floods and too much rain, something like that. So if you live in like a high-rise building or an apartment on very tall buildings, probably the crops will not worth it. It's not worth all the effort, maybe. But I'm not so sure. But one thing I think it's very easy for people to grow is called mung bean. Mung bean.
Mung bean.
It will grow into a very simple vegetables, like cái giá đó, mung bean, hạt đậu xanh. Mung bean basically will grow into mung bean leaves and things like that.
Hmm.
So um, you can see the growth stages of mung beans. So eventually it grows into like things you can eat daily as vegetables. These are easy because just as long as you have water and air, it's airy. It's not like you dipping it in water, it will grow. Miễn sao đừng có ngâm trong nước là được. Nó có nước nó chạy qua ok, nhưng mà nó phải có không khí nữa nha. So it will keep growing and it's quite easy. So you might think about those things. But other plants, not really easy. So, Mr. What problem will people face after moving to a new place? And how do people solve these problems?
To be honest, moving to a new place of, often brings several challenges. Uh, the first uh, the first things is adjusting to unfamiliar surroundings and feeling uncomfortable at first.
Mm.
Mm, People may also have to renovate their house
Mm.
before they are moving. So, of course, people may also struggle with transportation, such as finding new routes to school or work. Another another issues is
Another issue is
another issues is the fields of isolation.
isolation.
Isolations, yes, because when people live behind friends and neighbors, they have to they have to accept that in new areas they don't know anyone. At least in a short time, they
During a
need
short time, yeah, they don't know anyone.
yeah. Some may face difficulties with new rulers, new
New roles, new
new rules,
neighbors, new environment, you know.
even the even cultural different in local. Uh, if
I
they
agree with
move
that.
to another city,
Cultural differences everywhere. Like, for example, if you are from the south of Vietnam and then you move to, let's say, the central Vietnam, the culture is different. To the
yes,
north, of course, the culture is way more different. Or vice versa. A lot of north people, when they move to the south, they struggle with depression, you know, because they don't find people who are similar to them that easily, you know. So cultural differences might be a challenge. Like cultural differences, you have to think about that. So, yep. Anything else? Other problems?
okay,
But how do people solve those things? You also talk about solutions too.
okay. To solve these problems, first, people usually take time to explore their new areas,
Hmm.
make friends with their neighbors, and learn the rules, get used to the local lifestyle,
Hmm. Style.
lifestyles.
Mhm.
It's better to join community activities to have them feel more connected and understand others better. Over time, most people build new relationships and find a way to adapt the new environment.
Hmm.
I believe that human is an animals is social.
We are social animals.
We are
So
social
basically,
animals.
human is a social animal, một
Is
loại
a
động vật
social
mà cần xã
animal.
hội.
So with yes, and we cannot live separated. Um, we separated to others. That's why it need patience and efforts. I
Hmm.
believe the difficult of moving become easier
The
to manage.
difficulty of
The,
moving.
the difficulties of moving become easier to manage
Hmm.
over time. Yes.
I agree with that. Now, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of living in the same place all the time, you know?
Living in the same place for a long time has both benefits and drawbacks. I believe that. Mm, mm, People may feel comfortable because they
Mm.
know their area well and their relationship with their neighbors uh, are built strongly, which creates a sense of communities and belonging. Of course, their daily life also becomes easier because everything is familiar, from transportation to services around them, such as markets, schools, hospital, for example. However, they may miss opportunities, especially uh, about jobs and explore new environments that may be more suitable for them.
Yes.
Meet different people, or yes, meet different people.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, some people might also become too independent on routines and feel bored because their life seems no chance over time, nothing to expect, and additionally, if the error change or become less convenience for them at all,
Ừ.
because
Một số người bị cái tật gọi là sợ thay đổi á. So a lot
things
of
always
people, yeah.
change. Yes,
Sorry?
I mean because things always change.
Exactly. Life always change. They have to understand that.
Of course, it's not
Like the
easy at
price of
all.
food, the price of meat, the price of vegetable always change too. And also the neighborhood doesn't remain the same, you know. People move. People move in, people move out, you know.
If you cannot adapt the new situations or environment, uh, you can become outdated.
You can become outdated. You can become outdated and conservative, too conservative, quá bảo thủ. Bảo thủ và bị outdated là lỗi thời bảo thủ. Wow, I mean, it's not a good thing. So, but that's a bad thing. But of course, there's a lot of good thing that comes with staying in the same place. Can you talk about it?
Yes, I said about it above, about because the environment is familiar and that facilitates people lives with transportations and local services. They don't have to boost their efforts to um, explore new rules or use services in of yes, and it can also limit a person's experiences in some way. It can be good or bad. Maybe it's people want stability.
A
Is
stability.
yes, a stability. Is this have
Stability.
stability? Yes, is it helpful?
Well, nobody wants to have unstable life, you know.
Stability.
Stop. I'm swearing.
Stability.
The stability.
A stability.
You know, a lot of people who live an unstable life, like for example, people who doesn't have a real job, people who have to always move, like they move once every month, something like that, and they do odd jobs here and there, like those kind of people. Those people who do odd jobs here and there, they move all the time. Những người không có công việc ổn định đó, họ cứ làm công việc mà odd jobs, những công việc lạ lùng. Đây nơi này thuê thì làm, nơi kia thuê làm, ok. Họ cứ di chuyển suốt ngày luôn, nó giống như mỗi tháng một di chuyển đó. It's like they move once every month or something like that. They move all the time. And to be honest with you, it's not a good life to live because every time you move, it costs you money. So it's like you cannot save money if you live like that, and you don't have a stability. to be able to amass, what's it called? Amass wealth. Amass wealth. Tích trữ tài sản, tích trữ của cải, tài sản. You don't have the stability to do that. How could you be rich? And you could always have to struggle to make ends meet or to put food on the table. Luôn luôn vật lộn để kiếm sống, luôn luôn phải tìm cách bỏ gì vào miệng ăn. So it's difficult if you do not have a stable place to live, you know. That's what I believe in. I mean, a lot of people still believe in that too. So what do you think about that?
I think that this is the mindset of Vietnamese people. It becomes a belief that many people think first about their homes and the relationship between their living place and their job. Many people think they need to find their living place first before getting a job. However, because the changing and unstable current era, that more and more people have another things is another thoughts, especially young generation. It's for people who live in place with extreme weather. Yes. For example, they live in the central of Vietnam. That's usually happened flooded and detractors that influence
You
their
mean
life.
destroyed? You mean the land, there's a lot of natural disasters? There's a lot of natural disasters?
Yes.
A lot of natural disasters.
Yes.
Well, natural disaster, it happens every year, but I don't understand why. Why don't people just build their home more durable? More durable home. I don't know. I don't know why people don't just build more durable houses. Like xây gia cố bền chắc hơn đi. Why don't people do that? I don't understand. But every year is like, oh my God. Không có đủ thời gian để mà tái xây dựng lại luôn á, nghèo hoài luôn á. It's like they don't have the time to rebuild their life after the disasters. And it's just like they become poor for their whole life or something like that, I think. I just don't understand.
I think
Why don't they just build more durable houses? I don't know.
I think that people do that, but after a disaster season, everything's are damaged, and what they need to do is to improve their life again. It took a lot of energy, money, and time.
Okay.
Especially have to they have to solve the influence that happened. Yeah, it's very hard and suffering. So I think that why young generations have another perspective to
Perspective,
the
yeah.
perspective mm, from their older family members or even old people.
Perspective. Have a different perspective. It's a
about
different viewpoint. Cái điểm nhìn, cách nhìn nhận khác biệt about this one, I think.
I
Well,
think they think that if they move from their hometowns and find a way to live in a big city. For example, Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi's capital. They even they can live in a small house, or even they have to rent a house. They can receive a potential salary that that and a better environment, especially about public service. Yes, they think about their future, and that way maybe jobs are over seems outweight the outweigh to
Outweigh
a
something.
living place.
You mean outweigh something?
Outweight living place living place
You mean
choices.
it outweighed living in the same place or something? Okay, let's try the sentence again. I feel like you are, it's all over the place now. What do you want to say? Something outweigh something?
I means they think about their job outweight their living place choices. This can find that if they have a job, is more important than find a stable living place first, because because it depends on where they work. They can find a place just for rent or something like that. It's not necessary to live in their home. I know that it's better to have a house, but it's hard to find the balance between a good environment, such as living in a big city, and also own their own house.
I get it. Okay, so is it good to move to a new place frequently, and why? Like, think about a life like that is nomadic, you know? You know the word nomads, right? It's a nomad. It's người du mục. Nomad.
Nomad.
It's a nomad. It's a member group of people who move from one place to another rather than living in one place all of the time. So it's a nomad. Người du mục. Người du mục. A tribe of Somalian desert nomads, những người cái di chuyển trong sa mạc Somali, một cái bộ lạc nó không ở một cái nơi nhất định, ok? So they don't stay in one place, they just move around. They're nomads. These days, there are some people call themselves digital nomads, you know? It means they move around the world, you know, they don't just stay in one place, they just rent places. They move around the world, explore the world, and they work in several different places around the world because if they have the internet, they can easily work remotely. They can work remotely everywhere. Có thể làm việc một cách trực tuyến, làm việc từ nhà bất kỳ nơi nào. Well, they can just travel around the world and work at the same time. They're called digital nomad, you know. I mean, those kind of people, yeah, they don't live in a place for a long time. Maybe 1 year they live in one place, and then another year they will find somewhere else to live, you know. So not everyone fits. So not everybody fits. Not everybody fits with the lifestyle of a nomad, but not everyone fits with the lifestyle of someone who doesn't move away from their birthplace, you know. Everyone's different. So what do you think? Is it good to move to a new place frequently, and why?
You might feel bored. moving to a new place frequently is not good a not a good idea, a good option. Some some people may think that they still have some positive side. For example, it allows people to experience new environment, cultures, and lifestyles, and this can make them more adaptable and open-minded, especially is uh, uh especially to young generation. However, moving too often can be stressful. It
Mm.
requires energies, time, and money. Imagine that a person who gets familiar to a place and ch- they have to and then they have to move uh, to another place just in a short time. The first thing is not about their emotions.
Mm.
I think that they need to worry about mm, what things they have to what thing they have to take along with them and find new uh, way to travel from their home to their companies,
Mm.
especially for families with children who
Nó có những
must
cái gia
keep.
đình mà gọi là gia đình những người mà cứ di cư hoài một năm sống một nơi ấy, there are families like that I know and I have taught their children and they tell me that they stay in one place for like 2 or 3 years and then they will eventually move to another country to work. It's like that, because they enjoy the life of frequently moving, they
No, I think it's
enjoy the
I
life of frequently moving from place to place,
however it's not
places to places.
popular, right?
Sorry?
I think it's not popular, right?
Well, to a lot of people in the West, it's actually quite popular these days because it
uh,
allows, what does it allow? So it allows them to live actively, to keep on moving, to keep on moving and to be able to travel everywhere in the world. And of course, they still work while they do that.
yeah. So that is the difference about culture.
It's a different culture. Yep. In
Yes.
Asia, it's different. In Asia, everyone wants to have a home and stay there for the rest of their life. Well, I kind of want to have a good place so I can stay there at least for like 5 years, something like that.
Yes.
But then I'm thinking to myself, it would be so boring to live a life like that.
Many people even are right are right of their tradition
Mm,
that many generations live in under a under a harmed roof.
okay.
To continue, it may be difficult to m- maintain long-term friendship or mm, neighbor relationship. It's it's very important to have a comfortable and convenient life. You know, when you live in a place and you don't know uh, uh, who your neighbor art, it's hard to find help in it. And financially, moving many times is very expensive.
It is expensive.
Yes. And after each time, we will need to buy new things and throw away their old furniture, for example. It's consume them a lot of time to do that.
Agreed.
So I think that some people may feel it's positive because it enrich their life experience and have them grow up, especially in their mindset. Yes. But others who have who have their own traditional perspective, they still want to have a stable life in their own homes.
Cắm rễ luôn, cả mấy đời vậy đó luôn. And then it takes them like so many years until they decide to fix their home or something like that. Their home always look old and dirty, you know. Nhìn dơ mà nó cũ. Most of the times like that, you know. All right, so let's move on to the topic, new topic now. We have been lingering here for too long. Okay, 74 is done. So I believe that 75 we did before, I think. Describe a difficult thing you did. I think we did before. Please tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Yes, we did it.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like, of course we did. Okay, try something else here. Of course, 73, it's history, yeah, we did. Okay. 64 then? Okay, no, it's the part 2. These are all part 2. 66 also, I think. Oh yeah, we did this one a long time ago, I believe. 66. Describe a situation when you had to be polite. Well, it's good to do it again. 66, okay. Describe a situation when you had to be polite. You should say what situation it was, who were there, why you had to be polite, and explain how you showed politeness. Okay, do you think that this politeness is a necessary thing to learn in this era? Why not? I think it's part of what's it called? It's part of ethic. It's of course a French word, etiquette.
Etiquette. Etiquette.
Etiquette.
Etiquette.
Etiquette. It's a set of rules or customs that control accepted behavior in particular social group or social situations. Nó gọi là những quy tắc ứng xử phù hợp. Etiquette. Of course, social etiquette. It's social etiquette, những quy tắc ứng xử phù hợp trong xã hội. So think about that. Politeness is a basic part of social etiquette, I think. Social etiquette also govern the way you eat, the way you walk, the way you talk, you know, cách ăn nói, cách đi đứng, cách hành xử, nó nằm trong cái social etiquette hết. And is it a necessary thing to learn in this era? Because you know, people are always on the move or in a rush in this era. Do you think that being polite is a necessary thing to do or not? And think about Well, what would happen if people do not think it's necessary to be polite? Next question. In which situation do people need to be polite? Think about work. Of course, work. You have to definitely be polite in work. If you want to keep your job, yes. And also think about the fact that you be polite is not because it's not for you, but being polite can be a good way to keep face for you and for the others too. Cái chuyện lịch sự nó là một cái cách tốt để mà giữ thể diện cho mình và cho những người khác nữa. You know, to keep face for you, for the others, to not make them feel bad, to not make people feel bad, you know, about themselves. So that's why people are polite. So in this question, you have to really go into situations. People need to be polite, I think. And then do people always have to show politeness? Why not? Think about cases when it's not necessary to show politeness. Like for example, when you're in a hospital in an emergency, trong một tình huống khẩn cấp, everything need to be fast and efficient, you know. Người ta phải nhanh nhẹn, nhanh lẹ, hiệu quả trong tình huống khẩn cấp như vậy. And being polite will not help at all. You have to be real in those emergency. If you want to save people's life, to save people's lives. Giờ ví dụ như là anh chị trong nhóm này có nhóm máu nhóm máu AB không? Xong rồi politely mình nói là gì? Tôi ước gì tôi có thể có được nhóm máu đó. Trời ơi, sao tôi tức mình tôi chửi, không có thì thôi, you know. You know, những tình huống như vậy không có cần phải polite. You know, like I was giving you a case when you were about to donate blood, and in an emergency, people's like, "We need this blood AB. Anyone here?" And then you are very politely, you say, "I wish I could help, but I don't." And then people are very angry at you know, because they need it immediately, you know. But you were wasting their time because you were polite, you know, or something like that. Or think about cases when people are rude to you, then you definitely do not need to be polite. Like rude customers, you know. Think about that. Okay, some time to think. Okay, Ms. Drew, can you describe a situation when you have to be polite, please?
Yes. A situation that makes me put a lot of efforts to keep calm and to be polite, because politeness has become a standard in human communication.
It's a standard, right? It's a
A
standard.
standard, yes, in human communications, especially in government agencies. I think I believe that staying polite when dealing with administrative procedures is quite a procedures.
Okay, procedure.
Procedures. Yes.
Procedure.
It's procedure.
Procedure.
It's procedure.
Procedure.
Đây là những cái bước, những cái steps.
Administrative procedures.
Administrative procedure.
Yes.
Administrative
procedure.
Đây là tiến trình các thủ tục hành chính.
It's very challenging for many people.
Very challenging
for many people, including myself. I remember a time when I had to submit documents to complete the uh, procedures for
Procedure.
buying
Procedure.
for buying the first new motorbike. At the time, I submitted my earlier, but I wait for 2 hours and it still wasn't my turn. Of course, nothing would happen if the person who came after me hadn't been called in first. At the moment, I was very angry because of their unprofessional ways of working.
Mm.
First,
Because that wasn't professional enough, no?
yes, but I still need to be calm and behave politely. That I act that as the responsible person,
Mm.
and of course, it took me some it took me a lot of time to make them uh to make them solve my my situation. Those I still feel angry, but at least but at least at the time does I does
I what?
I will but at the times I about I receive my right and my benefits.
I say.
Of course it was not comfortable at all. But administrative proce-
Procedure.
procedures in Vietnam was that.
Well, don't ask too much. Okay, so do you think that politeness is a necessary thing to learn in this era? Why not?
Um, as says about blindness becomes a social standard
Một cái
in
chuẩn xã hội luôn rồi. It's a social standard. Yeah.
yes in especially in formal environments such as professional professional office or government agencies as I said about. So yes, it's very necessary to have everyone feels comfortable when communicate.
When communicating.
Yes, when communicating, even even though society has become more modern and fast-paced, people still appreciate respectful communication.
I agreed.
Politeness helps reduce misunderstanding. When you behave politely, people can, even your words may not appreciate it because you give them advice or uh, in argument
Argument.
arguments because your ideas are not mm, are not suitable for others or something like that. Mm, if your tone of voice is sharp and
Your
polite,
tone. Let's talk about tone.
toned,
O-N nha. Tone. The
tone
tone of your voice.
of your voice
Cái giọng điệu của cái âm thanh phát ra trong miệng. The tone of your voice.
is polite enough.
Okay.
It can have reduced misunderstanding.
So it's an absolutely essential thing to learn, right?
Essentially,
Mình thêm một cái từ nó là absolutely đi.
absolutely
It's an
is
adverb, extreme
absolute
adverb, absolutely essential.
essential to
to like.
think.
Nó không phải là cần thiết nữa mà là cực kỳ tối quan trọng, hiểu không? So Mr. in which situations do people need to be polite then?
In good place, being polite can make teamwork smoother and create a more supportive atmosphere because people have to communicate with each others and interact and interactions become a thing that's unaccessible. Under technology has changed how people interact now. Although
technology has changed a lot.
although technology has changed a lot how people interact. They can chat or use a device to communicate with our directly speaking. For example, it has also made yes, it's they cannot show their emotions. So maybe just a bland word can make other people misunderstand what they want to express. So because of that, learning politeness is even more important. Polite behaviors, polite words also reflect a person's character and their attitude their attitudes that decides whether people want to they want to
interact
build
with you for a long time or something.
yes, build their connections, their relationship or not.
Well, I agree with that. Now, so in which situations do people need to be polite then? Let's talk about any situations.
In terms of daily activities, when speaking to elders or people in a higher positions than yours, politeness so respect and it's necessary as school or work. Polite communication help avoid unnecessary argument and enhance cooperation, especially when you talk to a person who older than you. In a public place, such as restaurant, buses, politeness make the environment more comfortable for everyone, especially when you ask for help. If your tone of voice is polite enough, other people will more helpful. Will be more helpful, and yes, it will be more helpful, and people want to assist you. People should also be polite when asking something from others, giving feedback, because it's made the conversations more effective and build your relationship. Because if you want to get your goal, it's not always about their ability.
But it's
It's
also
all
about how you communicate with others
yes,
effectively. Phải giao tiếp hiệu
yes,
quả nữa.
yes. You have to show others your respect and
Sincerity. Danh từ sincerity.
sincerity. Yes.
Sincerity. All right.
Sometimes others help you because they realize how sincere you are. It's not always about your ability. So it can save a lot of energy. I think that. And yes, and prevents conflicts, and prevent unnecessary conflicts.
Exactly.
Basically,
People can be very sensitive. Just a wrong look. Just a wrong look. Cái ánh nhìn sai thôi. Just a wrong look can spark, có thể dấy nên gì? Can spark conflicts. Có thể là nó dấy lên cái sự mà cãi nhau đó. Chỉ cần nhìn đểu xíu thôi. Nhìn sai, just a wrong look can spark conflicts. Oh well. Let alone, còn không nói đến cái chuyện mà let alone being not impolite, you know. Còn không nói đến chuyện không lịch sự. All right. So okay, so do people always have to show politeness? Why not?
I don't think people always have to show politeness in every situation. Sometimes being too polite can make someone seems insincere and fake sometimes. For example, when facing unfair treatment, people should be
Unfair treatment. You mean
unfair
unfair treatment?
treatment. Yes, people should be firm rather than over polite. They have to show their
politeness.
No, I mean they have to show their perspective firmly, rather than just polite as I agree
Nó phải
with
là perspective
everything you
trong trường hợp
said.
này, nó phải là cái I don't think perspective right now is the right word. They have to show, they have to speak up for themselves. They have to speak up for themselves. Lên tiếng, phải gọi là lên tiếng bảo vệ cho bản thân họ. They have to speak up for themselves.
Yes.
But perspective, cái từ perspective nó phù hợp trường hợp này. Nó hiền quá. So they have to speak up for themselves. They have to.
I mean, they have to protect their perspective firmly.
Protected perspective, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Firmly. Yes. Rather than just agree with everything people give you.
Rather than, let's just say, rather than agreeing to
agreeing to everything
people throw at you. Đó là một cái phong cách nói á. Thay vì là đồng ý với người ta quăng cái gì vào mặt mình cũng đồng ý, không đúng. You know, it's a way to say it. It's an expression to show that you have some opinion about it, you know.
Yes.
All right. So correct. Okay, let's move on.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, what do you want to say?
I want to say is that I'm not. I don't support to be rude. Of course, yes, but in some situation you need to speak up for yourself, and at that time, your politeness can be set aside.
Yeah, you should set aside the politeness.
Because that
Yes.
person don't deserve your politeness. I think that.
Exactly. All right, so let's move on to another one now. Okay, try 225 then. I believe 225 we did before, I think. Describe a place with many trees you want to visit. I think we did before, I think.
No. No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's do this one.
Okay.
Maybe another class, I think. 224, 2224. Okay, describe a place with many trees you want to visit. You should say what this place is, how you knew this place, what it is like, and explain why you like to visit it. And then part 3, what kind of people like to visit natural places? Is it just people who are very curious about nature or something like that? Or because they are, the question have the word like. You like to visit those places. It's not because of your job, but probably because of your interests. Maybe because you love it, not because you have to go there. So maybe you should not talk about like people whose jobs involve natural places. Nó là cái hứng thú chứ không phải là do tại vì họ phải làm thế nha. Okay. Không phải là do tại vì họ phải viếng thăm họ mới đi. Do you think it's a good idea to let animals stay in local parks for people to visit? Animals here means, okay, local parks, normally you won't see any animals, such as tigers, lions, elephants, or ostriches, something like that. Big birds. Is it a good idea to let animals like that stay in local parks for people to visit? Tôi có thể sờ vào hổ, sờ vào cọp khi đến công viên, something like that. And then, do you know any wild animals in the city? Yes, Aisha. My cat sing. Do you know any wild animals in the city? So you should basically talk about why they are there. And then, what are the differences between a natural place and a city? Một nơi tự nhiên và một thành thị khác nhau gì? And is going to the park the only way to get close to nature? Còn cách nào khác không để đi gần gũi thiên nhiên hơn? Is there another way? How do humans impact nature? This is a verb. Impact. How do humans impact nature? Let's look at the verb of it.
Impact.
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 This is a noun. The verb is
Impact.
Impact.
động từ là impact, danh từ impact nha, những âm khác nhau nha. How do humans impact nature? Con người ảnh hưởng thiên nhiên thế nào? What is the role of urban planning for people? Cái vai trò của chuyện hoạch định đô thị là gì đối với con người? So urban planning means like they plan that place gonna be a park, another place going to be a residential area. Cái khu đó sẽ là cái công viên, và khu khác sẽ là cái khu vực residential area, khu vực dân ở. On another part, another place gonna be going to be a stadium, for example. All of those things are urban planning. It basically ensures that the city will not look like a mess because it's like you plan it ahead. It looks beautiful. Hoạt động đô thị đảm bảo cho thành phố nó không có nhìn như cái bãi hỗn độn, bãi chiến trường. So that's just the whole idea that I have, but maybe you have other ideas. Vai trò của hoạch định đô thị là gì đối với con người? So think about what is the result of that. If your city are well planned, getting from place to place are easier, and the traffic will be not so busy either, because your roads were planned and it's big enough for a lot of people. Những cái thành phố mà hoạt động đô thị tốt á, là coi như mọi thứ nó trơn tru, nó hoạt động như một cái đồng hồ ngày xưa đó. Và nói chung là mọi thứ đều được kiểm soát được dễ dàng. Urban planning ensure that every operations, it ensures the normal operation of cities, nó đảm bảo được cái sự hoạt động bình thường của thành phố. If you don't have good urban planning, like for example, Ho Chi Minh City does not have a good urban planning. Everywhere look chaotic. Cái nơi nào nhìn nó cũng như bát nháo đó. Chợ tự phát, like spontaneous markets, street markets just popped out. Like street markets popped up a lot. Chợ tự phát nó cứ bùng lên rất là nhiều luôn. And then of course it makes the city looks like a slum or a shanty town. Nó gọi là một khu ổ chuột chứ không phải thành phố nữa. It looks like that. All right, think about those things I just said. Okay, time to think. Okay, Mr. Can you describe a place with many trees that you want to visit?
Okay. I would like to visit. I would like to visit my sister's friends.
My sister's
My
friend.
sister's friends' first orchards in the Mekong Delta, sometimes zoned for leisure. I had the chance to visit it.
I had a chance to visit.
I had a chance to see it through the photos my sister took during her previous trip.
During her previous trip.
During her previous trip. It is a very spacious and fresh airy garden with dressed with the soil
Okay.
suitable for growing fruit trees such as avocado, jackfruit, durians,
Avocado.
and
It's called avocado.
jackfruit, durians, and many other kinds of fruits. All of my favorite fruits are tropical fruits. Therefore, the motivations for an introvert like me to go out is the chance to endure in eating as many of my beloved fruits as I want. So, I, yes, that's a place with many trees that I want to visit recently.
Okay. So what kind of people like to visit natural places then? What do you think?
Visit, in my opinion, people often like to visit park and place that close the nature, such as for relaxation and deeper connections with the environment.
Mm-hmm.
They often want to escape the noise and of city life. Some ways to recharge their energies by the peaceful and the happy the happy environment they can receive when are surrounded by generally wildlife and fresh air. Visiting forest, mountain, or garden all helps them connect with nature.
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 How then we
Yes.
connect with nature?
Especially for especially introverts, others who others overwhelmed by urban life, because they have to communicate with other all over the times, and it's very great to find natural place calming. The silence and serenity allow them to recharge and reflect themselves. It makes sense to do that sometimes in your life for everyone.
Okay. Right. So, do you think it's a good idea to let animals stay in local parks for people to visit? Can I hug a lion if I go to local park, for example? It could be a funny idea.
Mm.
I think funny because, well, also super dangerous too, of course.
The first thing come to my mind is the benefits that children can have in this strategy. It's a good idea to let animals stay in local parks for everyone to have a chance to visit in their real life. There's many uh there are many animals, especially wild animals, that that's children in urban areas cannot imagine.
Imagine.
Yes, because they in their own life don't have a chance to watch them in a short distance. So if this become true, it's not also have a positive side for educations, but also a way to relax in a healthy uh way. It's help children's and people's and other people, even old or young people, have a chance to um, close to close in
To be
nature,
close to nature.
to be close natures. They don't stick their eyes on the technological device.
Technological devices.
Technological devices have more time, for themselves and their family members when they have when they spend time. I think spend their qualified times together.
No, quality time.
Quality times together.
They'll spend their quality time together. Dành thời gian chất lượng cùng nhau. Yes. But this question is about letting animals stay in local parks or not. But it could be dangerous to people, I think. Well, and you talk about people spending quality time together. Well, maybe not. Remember, animals here can be wild animals. Think about if you let monkeys roam around in the local park for people to visit. Okay, fine. It may not be dangerous, but monkeys tend to steal things from people. Khỉ nó hay có thói quen là ăn cắp vặt từ con người ta. It's annoying. It's super annoying. But if you have like a panther, con báo gấm, or you have like a lion, tiger, whatever, it's super dangerous. I do think so. I wouldn't say that people should do that. So, is going to the park the only way to get close to nature? What do you think?
I think that going to the park is not only the way to get along to nature. People might go to rural areas that such as species orchards, but botanical gardens. Their places often have diverse plants and sometimes animals, offering a richer experience than a city park. Of course, because the real situations that don't allow a city park to nurture to nurture wild animals
Remember,
for
a city
safe.
park is not like a natural reserves. Nó giống như là cái city park á, cái công viên thành phố nó không có giống như là khu bảo tồn thiên nhiên đâu. It's not like a natural reserve, you know. Not like a natural reserves.
Yes.
Because you don't have access to like that many types of trees, that many types of animals and plants there. So it does not have how can I say ample and diverse ecosystem. Nó không có cái hệ sinh thái mà đa dạng và trù phú lắm đâu. So basically it's not the best for animals to be kept there. Okay, think about that. Anything else you would like to ask, to add?
Yes. Simpler way to close to natures is to garden at home. For example, growing flowers, edible herbs or fruits trees in your yard, in your garden, or even on a balcony brings daily contact with plants and nature. And I think it seems more practical for people who live in big cities where the population is too crowded to have a separated place for planting and yes, for plantings and raise animals. Besides that, people can explore rivers, lakes, or beaches. It can also a way to enrich their life and yes, and build a connections to nature. Water environments provides a calming atmosphere and lets you enjoy several activities like fishing, swimming, or simply walking along the shore. It's also have fun.
Right. Okay.
It's better.
Okay, let's answer the last question, which is the most difficult here. What is the role of urban planning for people? Think about urban planning. It planned the city well. People is going to be able to live a more ordered and a more ordered life with less pollution, with better traffic, something like that. What do you think the role of urban planning for people are? Think about urban planning first. A city being planned, so the traffic will be planned well. The roads are big enough for a lot of cars and motorbikes to run in, you know. So what would be the result of that? Compared to cities where the urban planning is so bad, you know.
I think about how the government organize land use. You know, decides where homes, businesses, industrial area, and public services should be located to ensure that people are surrounded by facilities, public facilities, and convenience for their work. Especially, they need to separate this from industrial area for safe
For safetyness, for
for
safety.
safety. Yes, prevents overcrowding and balance green spaces with development, general development. And I think that a way to call relocations in was more improves infrastructure and service in transportation for insurance, roads, public transport, and water supplies, electric supplies, and way system meet resident needs. These things
Okay.
have
It can lead to better quality of life, right? Dẫn đến chất lượng cuộc sống tốt hơn, yeah.
Improve
The
people
quality of life.
quality of life.
The overall quality of life. And of course, it makes the city more worth living. Nó làm tăng cái giá trị nhà cửa lên nha. And thus increasing estate prices. Những giá nhà cửa. It does increasing estate prices. But not all the time, it just help, nó giúp cho tăng giá nhà thôi, chứ nó không phải là một cái điều tiên quyết. Anyway, so what else can you mention of urban planning?
I think that urban planning have to build equity.
Yeah, very good, very good. To build equity. What is that in Vietnamese? I forgot.
Sự bình đẳng.
No, cái gì mà equity nó khác với bình đẳng nha. Bình quyền cái gì á. Okay.
Công bằng.
It basically makes the whole idea is that everyone will have a home. Everyone will have a home. Everyone has access to good services in a city, Nghĩa là mọi người đều được hưởng những cái quyền như nhau, đều được hưởng những cái tiện nghi, lợi ích như nhau, tiện ích như nhau. Those are to build equity in a city, yeah. But if urban planning is bad, people have no access to let's say clean air to breathe, clean water, or they have to wake up to ugly buildings, not like beautiful poetic buildings, Thức dậy sớm, thức dậy là thấy cái tòa nhà nhìn xấu xí, thay vì là những tòa nhà xinh đẹp, đẹp đẽ này nọ. Wow, it's part of quality of life, yeah. What else then?
Yes, I mean to ensure all locals, including all groups, have access to housing, have access to housing, transport, and public service. Yes, they have a chance to improve their life thanks to the efforts of the government when operate at their urban areas.
Okay, right. Okay, so basically that's it. But remember, urban planning is super important, you know. Do you know that Ho Chi Minh City was only built for less than, say, 1 million people back in the 1890 something? But then now we have 10 million. So like almost 10 to 20 times the population that this city was built for. Back then, the French people, the French colonists, they planned Saigon to only have like the area of District 1, District 5, I think another district as well. But now the city has expanded so much. Hồi xưa người Pháp người ta hoạch định cái Sài Gòn này nó chỉ có cái quận nhất với quận 5 là cùng à. Cho nên là nó chỉ dành cho được tối đa cái nhà cửa các thứ, đường xá nó dành cho được khoảng 1 triệu người thôi. Now we have like 10 million or something like that. So of course, urban planning everywhere looks weird and then ugly, you know. They don't look great, okay? Okay, that's just a story. Okay, I'll see you on Sunday, okay? Oh, wait a moment. Is it Sunday?
No.
No, today is Thursday, right?
Yes.
So Sunday I have to see my
the next Thursdays.
Yeah, next Thursday. So next Thursday is gonna be writing, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you then. Bye bye, Miss Ru.
Good night, teacher.
Good night. See you.